welcome to, where sparks fly, engines roar, and explosions rewrite the laws of chaos. This is the ultimate battlefield of fire, steel, and unstoppable power. Hold your breath, the blast zone begins now. Welcome to Saw Masters. A large fire broke out beside the road, right at the forest edge. Bright flames spread quickly through dry grass and trees, with thick black smoke billowing high. Strong winds fanned the fierce flames, creating a chaotic and dangerous scene that frightened.
Oh my God!
A sudden lightning strike triggered a deafening explosion in the blink of an eye, a sound so powerful it seemed to tear the sky apart. When nature unleashes its fury, the spectacle is both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a chilling reminder of forces far beyond human control. A massive explosion tore through the dead of night, unleashing a terrifying scene that no one could forget. The deafening blast shattered the stillness of the darkness, as towering flames illuminated the pitch-black sky. A neighbor managed to capture the stunning moment. Lightning struck a tree with incredible force. In a flash, a blinding bolt lit up the sky, followed by a deafening crack that shook the surroundings.
That was a good one.
A massive fire erupted right on the busy street, with roaring flames glowing bright red and thick black smoke billowing into the sky. Cameras captured the scene from multiple angles, highlighting every fierce flicker and flying spark. Crowds of curious onlookers stood at a distance, their eyes fixed on the blaze, mixed with both fascination and concern, while the sound of whispers and fire truck sirens added to the intense atmosphere. Suddenly, a thunderous explosion tore through the air. Flames and thick black smoke soared high under the daylight. As the roar subsided, flickering flames still danced over the rubble, painting a scene of chaos and haunting despair. The thunderous explosions from wartime bombings tear through the sky, unleashing terrifying scenes of fire, thick black smoke, and trembling ground. War is brutal and merciless. A car speeding down the road suddenly lost control, skidding violently before bursting into flames right in the middle of the lane. The fire spread rapidly, casting a fierce red glow in the darkness. The cars behind slammed on their brakes in panic, coming to an abrupt halt. The atmosphere turned chaotic and tense as everyone.
A home security camera captured a massive explosion tearing everything apart. A vehicle suddenly exploded and burst into flames on the road. The fire spread rapidly and became difficult to control, forcing nearby vehicles to back away from the blaze. Fortunately, emergency crews arrived swiftly and managed to bring the fire under control.
Flames erupted on an upper floor, with thick white smoke billowing into the sky. Scorched debris fell from above, adding to the danger below. Firefighters approached from multiple directions, working urgently to bring the blaze under control. Not just one, but 2 to 3 explosions occurred back-to-back at the same spot, plunging the area into chaos. Despite the danger, many bystanders remained, prompting police to step in and disperse the crowd for safety. The flames roared fiercely, engulfing the entire house in a blazing sea of fire, spreading rapidly and relentlessly as everything seemed to be consumed before our eyes. Firefighters rushed in, spraying powerful streams of water, desperately trying to contain the raging blaze. Despite their relentless efforts, the damage to the home has become severe, painting a tragic and haunting scene.
I don't know.
Flames are raging fiercely, thick smoke swirling into the air. 2 brave firefighters rush to the scene, struggling to contain the blaze before it grows furious and devours everything in its path. The vehicle suddenly caught fire, with flames rapidly engulfing its entire body. Amid the blaze, loud tire explosions echoed sharply, shaking the street. A terrifying explosion suddenly erupted, launching everything into the air. Vehicles, people, everything was caught in a violent storm of destruction, leaving behind significant losses. The blast occurred right in the heart of a bustling street, where smoke and dust filled the sky, turning it a dark, ominous gray. Chaos unfolded in every direction, visible in the frantic eyes and desperate screams of those caught in the mayhem. Lightning struck two moving cars on the road, producing a terrifying explosion, with brilliant flashes tearing through the darkened sky. A stunning yet powerful scene captures nature's fury brewing in the skies over Guatemala. Against a dark, overcast sky, bolts of lightning tear through the clouds, crashing above the mountaintops like the drums of an approaching storm. Brilliant flashes of light briefly illuminate the distant peaks, casting eerie shadows in the night. The wind begins to howl through the trees, carrying with it a chill and the scent of rain. It feels like a warning. A mighty storm is on its way, slow but certain, and nothing will stand in its path. An explosion was captured from a distance, yet the thunderous sound revealed its immense power. Moments later, thick black smoke rose in dense plumes, blanketing a portion of the sky. Even from afar, the intensity of the blast was undeniable and deeply unsettling for those who witnessed it.
Didn't like it really.
A car caught fire fiercely on the road, with firefighters quickly arriving to extinguish the flames while police managed traffic around the scene. Although the fire was brought under control, the vehicle was completely burned, leaving only a charred frame behind. A blinding flash of fire erupted fiercely, followed by a towering plume of thick gray smoke spiraling straight into the sky, spreading rapidly like a raging storm, swallowing the entire night sky whole. Debris scattered wildly, flashing lights flickering like lightning in the darkness, creating a scene both hauntingly beautiful and terrifying. The roar of the explosion echoed relentlessly in their ears, making hearts race, while the atmosphere thickened with tension and dread. Flames soared high, with thick black smoke curling densely into the air. The blaze continued to rage uncontrollably, putting the nearby buildings at serious risk, threatening to spread at any moment.
¡Mierda! 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 Marico, la bola de humo y de fuego que te caga.
¡La concha de la luz! ¡Pero déjame grabar! Mira, escúchame. ¡Está dando algo!
Quédate quieta.
A patch of dry grass caught fire, with strong winds spreading the flames rapidly, threatening nearby areas if not contained in time. It's hard to believe to see flames burning right inside the trunk of a tree, as if the fire is defying the very laws of nature. A powerful explosion erupted, sending shockwaves through the area and destroying everything nearby. Debris flew in all directions as chaos unfolded in seconds. Absolutely jaw-dropping. This is large-scale industrial rock blasting in action. Precisely timed explosions detonate in sequence, shattering massive rock formations like the Earth itself is cracking open. Thunderous blasts echo as debris flies through the air, and dense clouds of dust engulf the entire area. It's controlled chaos, a raw, explosive force reshaping the landscape before your eyes.
Misty, scoot back!
Flames burst violently into the sky, followed by thick black smoke. Truly dangerous.
Misty, scoot back!
Despite the ongoing explosions, firefighters continue battling the blaze engulfing a parked vehicle. Every second counts as they work tirelessly to prevent the flames from spreading to nearby cars, racing to stop a much larger disaster. A massive explosion has just occurred, triggering a devastating blaze that has caused numerous casualties and sent shockwaves through the area. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing everything in a raging inferno. Towering plumes of thick black smoke are rising hundreds of meters into the air, choking the skies and drastically reducing visibility. Amid the chaos, firefighters are risking their lives, attacking the flames from multiple angles with high-powered water cannons. Sirens wail, screams echo, and the roar of fire fills the air, a harrowing scene reminiscent of a battlefield. According to reports, a massive fire and explosion erupted at an oil factory in Chennai. The blaze raged uncontrollably, sending thick black smoke billowing into the sky and blanketing the entire area. The scale of the fire was so overwhelming that extinguishing it quickly A massive explosion occurred right on the street, shaking the entire area and bringing traffic to a complete standstill. Thick black smoke billowed into the sky, engulfing the surrounding area. In response, numerous police vehicles and fire trucks rushed to the scene, quickly sealing off the area and launching rescue and firefighting operations. The atmosphere turned tense and chaotic, leaving nearby residents in a state of shock and fear. The $24 million super yacht caught fire fiercely just weeks after being delivered to its owner. Flames engulfed the vessel as thick, black smoke billowed heavily into the sky, creating a chaotic and terrifying scene on the water. A truck loaded with gas cylinders suddenly caught fire on Street S, throwing the entire area into chaos. Flames erupted violently, followed by multiple loud explosions that shook the street like artillery fire. Shattered debris flew in all directions, and thick black smoke billowed into the sky. People nearby fled in panic, while others froze in fear, stunned by the unexpected and dangerous. Today, following a traffic accident, a car caught fire fiercely, with thick black smoke obscuring visibility. Firefighters quickly arrived, promptly extinguishing the flames, and are now cleaning up the scene, dealing with the aftermath of the fire. A powerful explosion erupted, sending a fireball into the sky. Screams rang out, echoing the sheer panic. The power lines right in front of the house caught fire fiercely, with wires sparking and crackling explosively, creating an extremely dangerous and tense scene. The flames spread rapidly, threatening the safety.
En la madre se siente el pinche calorón bien feo. Su puta madre.
The fuel depot blazed fiercely like an uncontrollable inferno, thick black smoke billowing upward, shrouding the sky like a deathly veil. Furious flames danced, licking every drop of fuel, making the fire nearly impossible to extinguish.
Ojalá no haya pescado nadie, ir a los medios están
No, ya se
retirando
están
ahí.
yendo, ya se van a ir
Se van a
mejor.
mover hasta que no se queme todo el mugrero ahí.
Eso se va a volver a agarrarla, lo va a ver otra explosión bien grande, vas a ver.
Su mecha.
¿Sentiste el calor, Lalín?
A sudden explosion roared like thunder, breaking through the air in an instant. A violent shockwave surged outward, blasting everything nearby into the air. Flames and thick smoke erupted fiercely, engulfing and blowing apart everything within the blast radius. The deafening blast echoed with a blinding flash of light, painting a scene of chaos and terror. A massive explosion suddenly occurred on the banks of the Ganges River in Nahati, shaking the entire area. The thunderous blast shattered the river's calm, with flames and thick smoke rising violently into the air, sending nearby residents fleeing in fear. The scene turned chaotic, and the cause of the explosion is still under investigation.
Yo, this just happened right now, though.
A collision between two vehicles caused a major fire. Victims were pulled out and lie near the scene. Both cars remain engulfed in flames, with thick smoke halting all traffic in the area.
And they crashed into the other car. We got him out of the car.
A massive house fire raged fiercely, with crackling explosions echoing from within the roaring flames. Firefighters were already on the scene, battling the blaze. Suddenly, the building erupted in a violent explosion, sending smoke and debris billowing across the area. Chaos followed, and significant damage is expected. A building in Poznan, Poland, erupted into flames after a massive explosion in the basement. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing the structure in a terrifying blaze. Thick black smoke poured into the sky, covering the neighborhood in a dark, suffocating haze. The scene quickly turned chaotic as numerous fire trucks and police vehicles arrived on site, racing to contain the fire and evacuate residents amid growing panic and confusion.
Ну, смотрите, какой пожар. А тут уже склады вот рядом. А вот мост, по которому мы едем. Смотрите, какой пожар. А вот здание дома.
Before the fire broke out, local residents reported hearing a loud explosion. Moments later, a fierce blaze erupted, with flames spreading rapidly and thick black smoke rising high and forcefully into the air. The terrifying scene sent shockwaves through the neighborhood as people watched the devastating power of the fire unfold.
Все бегут. Смотрите, все бегут. Да. И едут. Смотрите, сколько машин. Здесь страшно находиться. Очень страшно. Здесь вообще просто. Надо бежать отсюда. Милиция приехала. А вон бензовозы стоят. И на территории тоже стоят. Полным-полно. Здесь жарко становится.
At first, it seemed like just an ordinary fire. But suddenly, a massive explosion erupted, causing the flames to surge and spread rapidly. Panic swept through the scene as people scrambled to back away in fear. The terrifying blast left behind devastation in a matter of seconds.